waterhole is something to behold. Helmeted guinea fowl march, an army of fowl. You see the troops at the bush line, then one must sound the charge, and they come clamoring to the waterhole. One parade comes in, another exits, all very attentive of what goes on in the surrounds. Here's why. A kill in the neighborhood. The vultures in flight is the dead giveaway.
And then there's the males like this enamored creature here, seen flirting with the females in the mating season.
Ooh la la, and she looks to be playing hard to get.
Virtual zebras roam the open savannas of southeastern Africa. They prefer open grasslands, open woodlands, and open scrub environments. You always see the nervousness, especially if there's been a recent kill. The kudu is one of the tallest and longest horned antelopes. It can weigh up to 600 pounds with horns up to 6 feet in length. When a kudu senses danger, it becomes motionless. Its distinctive markings camouflaging them from predators. Here we are looking at a black-faced impala. Impala are known for two characteristic leaps that constitute an anti-predator strategy. Always on the lookout because they're always vulnerable. The meeting place of all the species at some part of the day. Eland, the biggest species of antelope found in Africa. In spite of their large size, elands can jump long distances and incredible heights. I have seen an eland clear a fence 8 feet high from a dead standstill. Females are much smaller compared to the bulls. That makes them much more vulnerable to predators.
We love watching the zebra babies and their antics.
And this poor eland must have been left behind and is fairly spooked.
The vultures are not giving up. Something's caught their attention. Scraps of somebody's feast. Lots of comings and goings at the waterhole.
When I was a kid, I used to collect guinea fowl eggs and put them under the chickens, hatch them and raise my own pet guinea fowls.
These elegant, tall creatures have a very particular grace about them. Now, you would think Namibia's harsh, dry environment may not seem like the ideal habitat for giraffe, but amazingly, these animals thrive under such conditions.
Giraffe numbers are dwindling in many parts of Africa, but the good news is Namibia's populations are thriving. The population is healthy and increasing.
They have a distinctive pacing gait, sort of like a camel. They move both legs on the same side of the body at the same time. The numerous depictions of giraffe in rock paintings, such as what we saw in Trefelfontein and all over Namibia, prove that the tallest mammals have already inhabited various parts of the country for several thousand years.
Another interesting thing about giraffe is that they can close their nostrils completely to keep out dust and sand. And that's a handy trick in a country like Namibia with its dust storms. They have excellent vision. Pretty much lions are the only animals that attack adult giraffes. although babies get hit by hyenas and leopard as well. Only about 52% of the calf ever reach maturity.
We have been to Namibia many times. It's a place that continually draws us back. Etosha is one of the many reasons. We love sitting at the waterholes and seeing so many species come and go. Watching the interaction of species, you have to be patient. It's not a see this and move on experience. You bring your picnic basket, your drinks, a book, and sit still and watch the wonders of nature. The slower take in it appeals to me. I'm always struck by their curiosity in us. It always seems like they're checking me out as much as I'm checking them out.
Life at the waterholes always bears a certain kind of tension in the animals.
They're most vulnerable when they're drinking water, as they have to spread their front legs apart and bend forward so they can reach the water. So you can imagine why they're so hesitant, so visibly nervous in getting a drink.
As giraffes do not have a fixed breeding season, males are always wandering in search of receptive females like this fella here. Cows are continuously courted by amorous bulls. The Kori bustard is the largest flying bird native to Africa. Maybe that's why he looks so confident in ownership of this waterhole. The Kori bustard may be the heaviest animal alive with flight. These birds are non-migratory. They usually live in the same place as long as there is available food and water. They spend the greater part of their time on the ground and actually seem to prefer running to flying. Giraffes can go without drinking for numerous days. They defend themselves by kicking, and those kicks can be mighty powerful, enough to kill a lion. We have been blessed with a plethora of giraffe sightings at 2 different waterholes. Etosha is one of Africa's great game parks, with 114 species of mammal and 340 species of birds. You are sure to see a great variety of wildlife on any safari. We spend a few days in the south side of the park before heading east. From one side to the other side of the park is a full day's game drive. We drive easterly, slowly stopping at numerous waterholes along the way, all done at a leisurely pace.
Now, on to a very special place, Onguma the Fort. Coming up next, definitely a highlight of our trip.
Hello, sweetheart, una kaneno ningependa nikwambie na hello, mama, sunajua napendaka ukicheka nikikuna kipita, kamoyo kangu kanadunda yoneye huruma, sunipe namba ya simu, ndiyo hivo aliongea, na namba akapewa, na simu akapiga. And then here comes the PlayStation. Me, I want a love station. Me, I love vision. Yango mobile ninyero. Amesema kamupenda. Kachibia amupenda. But he said enough for sex. Please, baby. When they come over dada yako. unajua napendaka ukicheka nikikuna ukipita kamoyo kangu kanadunda nioneye huruma sunipe namba ya simu ndiyo hivo aliongea na namba akapewa na simu akapiga and then here comes the PlayStation me I want a love station me I love vision yango mobile ninyero amesema kamupenda kajibia amupenda but he said enough for sex please baby wende kamuoa dada yako amesema kamupenda kajibia amupenda onde sweetheart ndio hivyo napendaka uniite na baby my love so najua napendaka when you touch me I don't need anything ila nataka unipendepende nioneye huruma urudi mbio nyumbani ndio hivyo aliongea ila namba haipiti na simu hapokei and then here comes the PlayStation me I want a love station me I love vision yango mobile ninyero amesema kamupenda kajibia amupenda but he said enough for sex please baby wende kamuoa dada yako amesema kamupenda kajibia amupenda Teti darba ipe mapendo yako niwe kama wale wote wanaopendwa bila malipo amesema kamupenda kajibia amupenda but he said enough for sex please baby wende kamuoa dada yako amesema kamupenda kajibia amupenda
Another glorious morning. As you've seen, anywhere you are in Etosha, you don't know 1 minute to the next of what's going to arrive at a waterhole. But it's sure to be wonderful.
And the march goes on to the waterhole.
A zebra crossing.
Here in Namibia, we see the black-faced impala. They're almost identical to the normal impala and distinguished only by extra black stripes on its face, including a prominent one down the front of its nose. This fellow kudu looks regal. He's got quite a harem.
The Etosha pan is an ephemeral wonder. It is the largest salt pan in Africa and is distinctive and dramatic, visible even from space. Jackals are cunning and resourceful, opportunistic omnivores, an animal that has a wide interest of taste, both plants and animals. You'll find them picking over kills made by carnivores.
The oryx is also known as the gemsbok. This large antelope, with its striking appearance of long horns and distinctive coloration, is the national animal of Namibia.
Gemsbok can tolerate extreme heat, and to conserve water can allow their body temperature to rise to levels that will kill most other animals.
Those horns are very powerful weapons and have been known to kill lions. They are sometimes called saber antelope. She's a mama, of course. She's gonna be protective. You do start picking up animal interactions at the waterholes, more than really on a regular safari, because you don't see them all in one place. So you see the zebras have a healthy respect for the gemsbok, and the gemsbok have a healthy respect for the elephant. All comes down to size and weaponry. I was walking back to the vehicle when this fella came walking along, and I stopped and started talking the same way I talk to my grandkids, in sort of tones. Oh, shika moka moka moka. He started diverting his direction towards me, and it was like a little nod. I see you. It made my heart swell. Oh, you beautiful thing. How can you not stand in awe of these creatures? The strength, the enormity, their lumbering gait. They, to me, are just the coolest things on the planet. They just fill my heart. Just look at that sweet demeanor, that sweet face. I think he knows I love him. And he sure is an entertaining fella.
We head back to Onguma to have a delicious sit-down menu today. We relax for the afternoon.
Well, some of us, most of us, but can't hold a good man down. Louis back out and draws the excitement to him. Of course he sees lions, which made lunch of a warthog, and of course, who eats first but the king of the beasts, all shoved up with himself. And then Louis saw really out of the ordinary interaction with hyenas. 1 minute they're ready to fight each other, the next minute they're best buddies frolicking in the waterhole. Having grown up in Africa, he is an amazing spotter. What is it about water that makes us all so mellow? Well, all's well that ends well.
So we saw these ellies at the waterhole. It's hard to tell how big they are comparing to the size of a vehicle. But here's a vantage point for comparison. The same elephant in front of a vehicle. It's the world's largest land animal. Now you see not only the enormity, but imagine the strength of that elephant, and imagine if you tick it off. He seems to have the patience of a saint. Quite honestly, something mankind couldn't learn from. He's in no big hurry. He knows he rules the roost. A waterhole is the lifeblood of every animal in this region. Jackals, birds, antelopes, elephant, kudu. Without it, there is no survival. And speaking of survival, do you know how important your tourist dollars are? You breathe life into situations, into countries that could never protect their wildlife. That is an important mission for us all. You are the difference between extinction, between life and death for many species and for many individuals who could not survive without your tourist dollar. Don't forget it. It's important. The beauty you get to experience, the best of nature, and doing good for our world, meeting some of the most grateful, kind people you can imagine.
As we wind up our trip, I can't help but think of all the wonderful captures, video, pictures, especially memories. and being on the continent that always captures your heart.
Magnificent sunsets that stream on in memory. The strength of life pulsating in every creature going about their business of life. There is really nowhere else on earth like it. And to share with people who are delightful to share any moment of life with.
What an incredible privilege. We are blessed over and over in incredible experiences and lasting friendships.
Thank you, dear ones, for our grand adventure and great camaraderie.
Till next time.